everyone. Oh, the sliding. There you go. Maybe that's better. Okay, hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am redoing this video because I've accidentally deleted this entire video yesterday while editing a different video. So here I am, and which is okay, which is good, because then I have like a practice, that was like a practice round for me. And so yeah, today I wanted to talk about why sometimes you can't just use motivation to do the shit that you want to do. Because sometimes, I think we all know this, but we might get some motivation, and then after a certain period of time it just dips down and we're back at square one. So what do we do when that happens? So motivation is basically, the way I see it, it's an external force, right? It's watching a video on YouTube, it's having that friend keep you accountable, an external force that pushes you towards your goals, right? But like I said in the beginning, it's not sustainable. You know, we can try to implement a habit, but after like a week, maybe 2 weeks, we just like break the habit. We can't keep going. We just, again, we're back at square one. What do we do? How do we keep on going, right? How do we keep ourselves going? Is it more motivation? What is it? Is it because we're bad people? Is it because we're just not good enough? No, it's not, okay? It's not. There's another thing that I want to bring your attention to, which is your why. And why, how I see it, is an internal force, an internal factor that will also push you to do the things that you want to do, because you have a purpose, you have a reason, you have a reason, you have like a vision, basically, like a vision of what you want your thing to look like, right? But you can't just use motivation, right? Like I said, myself, because it's not sustainable. And you can't just use why, because why is also not sustainable by itself, right? Because for why, we can think about it in our head, right? All the time, like for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? Like, I'm gonna make this video and the video's gonna be like this, and why is because of this, right? My purpose is to educate people. My purpose is to share my love of this to other people. But we can think about it and it just be in our head, and then we think we're being productive, but it's just false productivity because we're not putting it into action and actually doing the damn thing that we want to do. We're just thinking about it in our mind, right? So motivation by itself, scrap that, unreliable. Why by itself, scrap that, also unreliable. So what do? We take motivation, the external force, right? Boo 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 right here. And then we take like our internal force, boo boo boo, right? And then we combine it together, we blend it together, we mix it together, and that's how we create, that's how we put into action, that's how we keep on doing the things that we are wanting to do. Okay? So when they blend together though, it can be a little bit tricky, because you might be thinking motivation and why, they're kind of like the same thing, you know, like same but different. And yes, honestly, there is a fine line, I think, between motivation and why, because your motivation can also be your why and your why can also be your motivation. But that's okay. Because all I'm saying is you just can't have two separate things. You need to combine it together, right? You need to have a thought process or a heart desire for something, right? Like a thought of, I want this to look like this. I want a vision. This is my vision for this project, right? And then you want to get like, maybe like, kind of like an external factor, something that kind of pushes you to do it physically. So maybe you have a thought about something, right? But you don't have, so for example, maybe you want to create a fashion lookbook, right? You have like a vision, you have a thought about it, like, oh, I wanted to create this lookbook, it's gonna be the coolest lookbook, blah, blah, blah. But then maybe you're just thinking about it and you're just like lost in like all the sparkles and just, you know, but maybe physically you really need to push yourself to do it because you don't want to like put out camera equipment and just thinking about it, it just doesn't make you want to do it, right? So maybe you can go online on Pinterest or watch other fashion YouTubers and just get inspired and be like, oh yeah, like this really makes me want to do this. Or maybe it's setting up your equipment the day before so you have no excuse. Or maybe it's getting dressed yourself, right? And putting on makeup or whatever, making you feel super nice, super pretty, super productive, and then that kind of motivates you and drives you to physically do the work, to physically like pull out the clothes and try to put them together and then create the lookbook and then edit it and then post the whole shebang. So sometimes though we do struggle with finding our why and finding motivation because, you know, we're complex human beings, right? And we're all in different situations, and sometimes it's not enough to just have a vision, to have a thought, let alone even how can we get inspired, right? How do we brainstorm? How do we get inspired? All of that is, I might do another video about that, like how I come up with like ideas and how I brainstorm and how I plan and how I do all that stuff. But that part is, I think, something that also makes actually implementing your why and your motivation, because I know that I've like in my younger years I have watched like YouTube videos on like things like motivation and why, and I'm like, oh hey, that's cool, but am I actually gonna freaking do that? Like, no, I'm not. I'm here in my bed eating snacks and stuff, and you know, I'm not actually going to do it, right? So that is the actual tricky part, I think, right? But just think about, like, maybe a journal prompt for you is to write down the things that you know can help you drive towards your goal, if that makes sense. Like for me, I'm more of a visual person, right? And I have to see like images or something, or like colors, or all of those stuff really impacts me, right? So maybe what is the driving force for me is to go and look at pictures online, right? Is to go look at videos, something that's visual, right? Not like a book or anything, because I won't be able to, you know, it won't actually make me want to go and do it. But if you're a person that gets inspired from reading books, then by all means try to implement that into your I guess your driving forces, right? Implement that in. If you're someone who thinks that talking it out is a good way to brainstorm and to kind of like process the information, then talk about it either out loud to yourself or to a friend or a family, to your pets, to your plants. Just talk about it. Or if you need to write it down, write it down. I like to also write down things so I don't forget. So like for my fashion lookbooks, I like to actually write down like the different pieces, like this shirt, right, and with this skirt, maybe with this accessories, and with this shoes. And I like to visually or physically get the clothes out and put it together to see what it looks like. And maybe online I like to watch other people's lookbooks, or I like to go on Canva and start playing with the different graphics because I know I love that, and that kind of, and if I have a kind of graphic that I like, or I start on making like the little thumbnails or the overlays, I get excited. And when I get excited, you know, momentum will then follow momentum. It will, you know, like when you roll a snowball or something, right? It just keeps on rolling, you know. I'll keep on rolling and build up momentum, and that's what you want. And once that happens, everything will just unfold super easily, no effort required, because you already put in the effort to get the ball rolling. And once the ball is rolling, you're smooth rolling, you're sailing, you're gliding, you're just doing the damn thing. And yeah, so those are some journal prompts for you, is to just think about what are some things that get you doing things, get you excited. What are your, I guess, learning style, your learning style. You need to have all of the pieces figured out, but at least figure out like the purpose of doing something. Like, what is the purpose of creating this lookbook? This purpose of creating this lookbook is to show people different show people like fashionable outfits for winter. The purpose of this is to just share what I've like, do a haul and just share with people what I got, you know. This video is to educate, this video is to entertain, you know, figure out kind of like the guideline, the baseline of what you want, or what the purpose of your actions. Because if you don't know the purpose of your actions, you can just be like, you know, going through the motions and like you know what I mean? So soul sucking. It's soul sucking because you're not even having your head in it, you're not even having your heart in it, you're just like doing the motions. And you know, so sometimes some people can do that, right? Some people can, but for others like me, I can't. I have to have my head in it, I have to have my heart in it. Like, I can't do this video for you guys if I'm just like, you know, personally in my heart I don't give a fuck, right? But I'm just doing this. Like, what's really hot these days? Like fitness, I guess. Fitness, maybe you're not the type of person who really wants to go work out. Maybe your why is like, hey, I want to get defined, I want to like get the toned muscles, right? I want to get toned muscles, so right? And then so I can wear this really pretty dress, right? And then maybe your motivation could be like, okay, I don't really want to work out, but you know what? I'm going to buy myself cute outfits, cute gym clothes, so I feel good when I'm working out, right? And then boom, we put that together, and then the ball gets rolling, and then after like a year, or not even a year, like only a few months, you can definitely see changes in your body, and you are that much towards your goal. So you don't need to like think so far ahead and be like, the outcome has to be like this, because life isn't like that, right? The outcome, you might get the outcome, but the process is different, right? To get to one destination, to get to this one destination, there's so many different like paths to get there, so many different processes. So don't worry too much about like the destination itself, but worry about the process. And I'm gonna now shut up now, because I told you guys I'm going to shut up. So if you like this video, if this resonated with you, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Comment down below about your thoughts about this, and if this helps you at all. And yeah, know that wherever you are, whoever you are, I give you so much love and light. Okay, catch ya.